Reason number one, and this is good, the camera shoots in 1080p at 29.97 frames per second, which is pretty much the equivalent to 30 frames per second. And this is a reasonable frame rate for any YouTube video you make, because normally creators aren't recording their videos in 24 frames per second, or 23.97. Also, viewers on YouTube are not looking at your videos to see who has the highest production quality possible. But I mean, if you're in a movie theater, Netflix, Paramount Plus, Amazon Prime, that's a different story. The thing that matters most is that you have a good picture quality in HD, and all of these elements lead to a great image. Lighting is very important. If I didn't have a good lighting setup, you would not be able to see my face as exposed as it is. And I'm currently shooting on a Canon M50, the Mark I version, and you tell me what you think. Audio is another very important aspect. I think a lot of creators tend to overlook the visual part and not focus enough on the audio. But I also say this because I'm a sound mixer in the film industry, and audio is typically what I think is a little more important in most cases. When it comes to YouTube videos, poor video quality is forgivable. I mean, look at some of your favorite creators on YouTube, the ones that have hundreds of thousands to millions of subscribers. Their older videos, I guarantee you, do not have the high production quality they have to this day. They had to start from somewhere, and you gotta start from somewhere too. In regards to the Canon M50, I worked with another YouTube creator that specifically uses the Canon M50 as well. They currently have over 1 million subscribers. They make entertainment content for kids, teenagers, and young adults. Now, I was hired as one of their main videographers for a couple videos because they found out that I used the Canon M50, and we also shot in 29.97 frames per second at 1080p HD. Pretty much meaning HD quality, it looks good on camera. And this YouTube channel calls themselves the Scories. They currently have 2.26 million subscribers. The two videos I worked on with them where I used the Canon M50 was the epic hide and seek, the world's largest bounce house, and then another video where their sister tried to find their brother blindfolded. I used the Canon M50 for my main YouTube channel, Jeffrey Hack Reacts. For my reaction videos on that channel, I record all the videos in 29.97 frames per second. Just like this video, right here. And especially for my music videos. Now, when I first started recording music videos, I always recorded it in 23.97 frames per second, but then I realized there was a difference in like slow motion and everything. It just didn't seem right to me, considering all the YouTube videos I had consumed as a viewer compared to being a creator. So that's when I decided to switch things up a bit and start shooting in 29.97 frames per second, which the Canon M50 is doing right now. And now I'll have a link to the Canon M50 in my video description. It is an affiliate link, so that means if you decide to purchase it from the video description, you will be supporting this channel directly, and I thank you very much for your support. This camera is also incredibly affordable for a camera that shoots in 4K. Most digital cameras that shoot in 4K cost well over $1,200. And these prices are obviously due to improvements in technology and how our cameras have improved over time. After all, the Canon M50 was released March 23rd in 2018. We're about to be going into 2024, doing the math, so that'll be almost 6 years. But cameras that are worth $1,200 or more are not what every creator needs. Not gonna lie though, there have been moments where I've looked into the higher tier cameras and I've thought about, should I make a move? But then I always remind myself these things. Is this camera something I really need? And if so, why do I need this camera? Does the camera I currently have, the M50, does it already do the job? Does it do it well? The answer is obviously yes. The bottom line comes down to this. If I'm already creating quality content that viewers are watching and enjoying, and the fact that I did purchase the Canon M50 back in the day for under $800, why would I need to get an even more expensive camera? Now don't get me wrong, it would be nice, yes, but for the budget you may have and the things you want to do or need to do, is getting a camera more than $1,200 worth it? But hey, maybe you want to take that leap of faith and get a camera that's worth $1,200 or more. And if you do want to do that, then I do have links in the video description of cameras that are within that price range, maybe more, that I think will serve you well as a YouTube creator. Reason number 3. There are a lot of features included for such an affordable camera like this. This camera has the ability to auto expose you or manually expose you while you're recording your videos. And auto exposure pretty much means the camera will automatically adjust its exposure settings as you're recording your video. It'll adjust it based on where you are in the video and how much light is coming in. Now, what I tend to do a lot of the time is manual exposure because sometimes auto exposure isn't always the most accurate. The camera also has different color balance options. The best obviously being your custom color balance setting, because when setting your custom color balance, you're setting it the most accurately as possible. And this camera is something that sets all of the other Canon T6 and T7s out of the park. It includes an external microphone jack. The Canon T6 and T7 do not have this feature. And that is something I had to learn the hard way when I got my first camera, which was the Canon T6. I still use the Canon T6 as a B camera sometimes, but I do not use it all the time, especially when I need to record audio. This is because the T6 and T7, even though they record video, they're more designed for photography. Reason number 4, the M50 includes a touchscreen flip-out LCD monitor. This is a huge advantage for vloggers, musicians, cooks, because if you're constantly making videos where you need to look at the camera but also see what you look like on screen, then it'll definitely benefit you to have a camera that can flip out, because the Canon T6 doesn't have that option. And the fact that this monitor is a touchscreen makes it so much easier to navigate through your camera settings. Alrighty, reason number 5. The camera lenses are lightweight and compact. And a great feature about all of these lenses is they are great with internal stabilization. I made a video on the Canon EF M45 by 200mm lens, comparing it to the 75 by 300mm EF-S lens. And honestly, the EF-M lens for the Canon M50 destroys the 75 by 300mm lens, in my opinion. The stabilization is just so much more accurate and smoother. And if you want to see how I tested this out, you can click the video above my head. I also want to mention that the lenses are very smooth for zooming in and out. So at the end of the day, your money is your choice. I think the Canon M50 is still a great choice for recording videos in 2024, especially as a new YouTube content creator. The fact that the Canon M50 costs under $800, and if you're not really that familiar with how video production works, then this camera is going to be like your best friend. And I say this because this camera was designed for content creators like yourself. It's easy to use and is easy to understand over time. Now, it's not like the first time you turn this camera on, you're going to know exactly what to do. It's going to be a little complicating at first, but over time it'll get easier and you'll be better able to understand how it works. And I'm also just a comment away in these videos, so if you have any questions regarding the camera, please let me know. And if you choose to go the route of purchasing a camera that's worth $1,200 or more, I mean, it'll be a good camera, obviously, but that'll also be more money out of your pocket, which can be a good or a bad thing. As they say, the more money you spend on something, the greater the value it is. But is that technically true for digital cameras today? Also, by purchasing a camera that's worth $1,200 or more, the lenses that come with the camera are going to get more expensive. So that's just something else to keep in mind. And should the camera produce the same quality as the Canon M50? I don't know. It honestly comes down to the way you use it and the way you light up your room. But remember what I said before, visuals are forgivable, but audio is never forgivable. Lighting is important. Audio is important. Video is also important, but average quality, which YouTube compresses a lot of the quality, in my opinion, is not as important as it seems. So let me know down in the comments if you chose to get a Canon M50 after watching this video, or let me know if you decided to go the bigger route and get a camera that's worth $1,200 or more. Whichever camera you choose to get. I encourage you to check out the video you see right next to me on the Deity D4 Duo. This is an excellent microphone that records both in the front and the back, and it's just great for content creating. If you haven't liked this video and subscribed, then please do. I would greatly appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in that video.